Okay, we are live. So welcome to Tamarah's Closet today. I'm really thrilled to have singer-songwriter Joey Canyon back with me today. He's been on my show a few years ago as he's a well-known singer and songwriter, but today he's actually here with me on his newest venture. He is the creator and CEO of Canyon Star TV Network, and Joey is really fabulous proof of how possible it is to make one's dreams come true. So I'm excited for him to share this new venture today. And we'll learn more about Canyon Star TV and what Joey's plans are for this amazing network. And I'm excited to have my show on there now as well. So I want to go ahead and bring out Joey so we have plenty of time. And so Joey, can you hear me good?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear, Tamarah. How are you?
I hear you. I'm in North Carolina, so I think I'm probably 8 hours from you. I don't know.
I'm not sure. You're over there and I'm over here.
Yeah. So Joey's with me today in Tennessee, and I'm in North Carolina. So I want to jump right into the questions because I've always been curious, Joey, when did this idea come to you for the television network, and what prompted you to do it?
Well, it came to me now a little over 6 years ago, Tamarah, after trying to watch television, trying to find something of quality without all of the sex and violence and profanity and all these various inappropriate situations. I just wanted to be entertained. I just wanted to see some good acting and good story, and it's just not out there. It's more, the shoot 'em up and the sex and all of that. So I just felt there was a real need and there was a void of good family friendly entertainment. So that was the idea I had in my head. And then that idea turned to a dream. And then, of course, a dream stays a dream until there's action. So I started the action. I started things going, and 6 years later, as a matter of fact, a year ago, January 27th, we launched. So it became a reality after all that time.
When you started it, did you have, I know anytime I've started anything, there's that fear. Did you have a lot of fear when you were really decided to take action, and how did you handle that so that you kept moving forward?
No, well, in my life, and all the things I've done and all the chances I've taken, I really wouldn't be a man of fear. I have the Lord on my side, so fear doesn't enter into the equation. I just, when I, sink my teeth into something, I don't think I can do it. I know I could do it. So I just had the conviction and the positive attitude, and certainly surrounded myself with the right people. So it wasn't a fear thing. It was actually an excitement thing. It was the excitement of creating and producing something that was worthy of quality programming.
Yeah, well, I think that's great, and I figured you probably didn't have a lot of fear. I'm curious because I've heard a lot of people that I've interviewed, or even people that I haven't interviewed. I've watched other interviews of very successful people, and one of the things they've all said is when you start stepping into something major like that, there's a lot of opposition that comes up against you, and even from your friends, and your circle of influence gets tighter and tighter and smaller. And has that ever been an experience for you?
Well, that's a really, really good observation, a very good question, because the answer simply is yes. I mean, what I'm doing, and even in life, whatever, you're going to find out through life when you tackle something, when you do something, you're going to find out all kinds of people that are either envious or jealous or just want to take you down because that's just their nature, and they just don't want you to succeed because they haven't succeeded. Okay, and they don't have the fortitude and the guts to get out there and do something themselves. So when they see someone doing something that they wish they could do, rather than congratulate them, they'd rather put people like me and everybody else like me down to build themselves back up for their failures. But you have to recognize it for that. And when you recognize it for that, that's when you can block it out and just keep doing what you're doing. Don't associate with those kinds of people, because once you let them get into your head, you're going to go off the trail. You're going to meet too much adversity that shouldn't be there. So just keep focused. That's the main thing, is keeping focused. And to keep focused, you have to channel those people out because they're in all walks of life. They are there. So.
Yeah, they are. A friend of mine who was very successful out in California, he said that he calls them spiritual vampires, you know.
That's a good title there.
So, but how does it feel now that you've got it up and running for almost a year? Is there a sense of relief or?
I think, at the beginning, the first 4 years of everything, I did all the heavy lifting along with, people that I incorporated to do certain things for the network. That was some very hard but rewarding intrinsic times. I mean, the intrinsic rewards, and then also the outward rewards. I mean, I watched this thing build from the beginning. I mean, I started this thing, and then, I brought on my dear friend Kelly Kantz, and she is, I made her the president of the network, and she was worthy of that position because I've known her a long time, and I know how hard she works. And so after I brought her on, together, we watched this thing build. I mean, from the very first time that we, before we got launched, we had to, populate the network with programming, with content. And we were doing that, and we had to get on put a certain amount on before we launched. So each day we would be bringing content on, and she specialized in that. She's the one that uploaded it and put it in there. And we would just be excited every day. We would talk on the phone and say, "Oh, look at it. Here we got this and this and this." So really, it's been, you can say that old adage, labor of love, but it truly has been. And to see this baby grow, and get and become older and more happening and more exciting. To date, we have over 900 titles and over 9,000 episodes. So that is a big achievement, and Kelly's a big part of that.
That's great, because I was curious too. I didn't realize you had known her for a while, and because I was curious as how do you find all these different people to help? Because I mean, I can't even imagine. I'm a little bit technical, but as far as doing something like you've just done, I don't even know where you started. So
I can tell you exactly where I started. I prayed for it.
Okay.
I asked the Lord to bring the people that He wanted in this network and take out the ones He doesn't, and He does that. And for Kelly's situation, she was with a former network where my television show was on, the Joey Canyon Show. And so she's the one that was instrumental in putting my TV show back then on RFD-TV. And so we were fast friends from the beginning. And that's been, I met Kelly in 2011. And so when she left RFD-TV, I called her right away and told her that I wanted her to come and work with me in the network? And she said, absolutely. So it took a little time before I was ready to bring her on board, but she's one of the key positions of the network. So that Gideo, our developer, are the ones that give us our look and our presence on the network, or on the internet. They are another important rung in the ladder there, and they've been wonderful. And then it gets into, the graphics people, my graphics people, and the technical people, and my IT people, and you really just you have to fill those positions with the right people. Not every one of them has worked out, but that's all right. You just switch them around and find the ones that work. So.
Yeah. I mean, did you put like an advertisement up somewhere to draw these people in, or did Kelly find?
No, really, it was a matter of who you know. And Kelly and I know a lot of people, and Kelly suggested I talk with Steve over at Gideo, and I did. We liked each other, and so they came on board. I happen to have another guy, Sean Sauer, in Colorado, who worked on my television show when I shot it in Denver, and now he's our graphics guy. Just so many different people that make up Canyon Star TV, and really, if one person knows this person and that person knows another person, and so really you just listen and talk to all of those people, and the ones that work, the ones that don't, we wish them well. So.
Right. Now, are they from all over the place, or are a lot of them in Tennessee, or just?
No, some of them are here in Tennessee, but Kelly has moved from Nashville, Brentwood actually, to Mississippi. So she's there. When I need her to come up for some event or anything, she just drives up. Other people, they're all over the place, all over the country, that make this network work. It's a whole different story. It used to be the brick and mortar place. We'd all show up to work, right? Well, yeah. After the COVID situation, that changed the whole temperature, the whole makeup of how we do business. So.
Well, where do you film your show right now? Like, I know because it was in Denver before, but.
Well, my show we're not shooting it yet.
Okay.
We're in a funding phase right now, and once we're funded, my show will be kicked back up again, and we'll start shooting it. However, you can see 39 episodes of my show on Canyon Star TV. So
yeah,
I still have a presence for my show because I love doing it, and I'll do it again. But we have some other priorities first. So.
Well, will there be a physical studio then?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got all that ready. All those ducks are in line. And I even have my wish list of guests for the people to when we start up again. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. So now that it's been up for a year, are there it already sounds like you're on the right track, but has it been a learning curve like that where you had to do some things differently, or you
Yeah, that's in any business. You just find out what is working and what is not, what we like. It's almost like chocolate and vanilla, they make chocolate and vanilla so you can have a choice. And between Kelly and I, we make certain decisions creatively that we want on the network. Some we don't. It's just a daily, the best thing about this business for me is every day is different. So we have situations that come up. We don't really have problems, because problems are something that don't get fixed. Situations, this is the fun part of juggling the business every day, is because you get to tackle these these situations that come up and figure it out.
Right. Now, as far as do you enjoy, because you, as a singer and an artist, a lot of artists, I know we don't like the business side of some things, or we like do you still enjoy the more creative part of this?
Oh, well, see, that's what I do the best. I mean, for me, that's what I like doing. But the funny thing is when you even when I started my TV show before the network, I had to wear a business hat, and you learn it. You either can do it or you can't. Now, certainly in school, I didn't take business administration. I mean, I was a jock, back then, and I sang also, but I had to learn a lot about business, and I took it extremely seriously, and did a lot. I did more studying running my show and this network than I ever did in school combined.
Yeah.
So if you take on something of this nature, you have to understand that there's a business acumen that you need to accumulate, or at least learn, and that's what I did. I mean, I did have some business. I did some business before that, but nothing like now. I mean, this network is a full-blown network, and it requires 1,000 different things that you need to know. So.
Right. Well, I know that I can't imagine. I mean, I don't mind admitting that I prefer all the creative part. It's just, I guess it's where I'm the most comfortable. But,
well, at this stage of the game, the real hard stuff of business, we've got a handle on. So as we get funded to the next level, I'll be able to designate positions to handle a lot of the things that I was doing. Of course, Kelly, being the president, handles the upper management things, but I will be delegating a lot of authority out there so that I can get back to creating, because I have 25 or more shows to produce for the network, original content. I have my TV show again, so I can get creative again, and I'll slowly be moving back over to spend my majority of time creating and producing and doing all those things. So.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You kind of went over this a little, but I want to go into a little more detail. Like when you began the planning process, I know I was asking, what was your goal with Canyon Star TV, and how do you hope to achieve it and keep it different? Are there some other things in the works? Like, I know you wanted it more family oriented, but can you just expand on that a little bit?
Well, at the beginning, it is a family friendly network. Totally. It's an Americana network. It's an Americana lifestyle. It's country music. That's what I wanted it to be. And it is. But as the things, and Kelly and I talked a lot about this, as it moved forward, the one thing that sets us apart is our diversity of programming. We have literally, when you go on there and sign up for free for Canyon Star TV, you will see that there is something for everyone. I mean, from comedy to health and fitness, to cooking, to nostalgic television. I mean, there's so much to kids, with the cartoons of the yesteryear of cartoons for kids. When I was a kid, I was watching some of these things that we have on the network.
Right. Yeah.
And so we have something for everyone. And that is what I honestly believe that we have, because no other platform, no other streaming network out there has the diversity that we do. So that's what we'll continue to do. I mean, I want people to look at Canyon Star TV and say, look, if you want something, go on to Canyon Star TV. You're going to find something. So, that's how we want to be looked at. I want to find something new. I'm going to go to Canyon Star TV because there's that. And then, like I said, the original programming, excuse me, will be there with even more programming, and it'll be exclusive to our network when we do the original programming and TV shows that we're going to do.
That's great. And so now I want the viewers to know this is a global network. So how are you finding new programs to add? How does that process work? And,
That's a good question. We're constantly looking for programming, and I revert back to being funded to the next level. And when we have the necessary capitalization for the network, we'll be able to go to various companies and content providers where we can license more programming more in a big way. And we already know what we would like to license, but that will be a significant change and boost to our programming, and it just solves a whole lot of little things that we want to do in terms of that. Is it takes money to make money, and that's what we're looking for right now. And so there'll be more programming. And the other thing is that we always let people know that if you have something that you have produced or you have that has not been able to get any distribution out there, please let us know at Canyon Star TV. I mean, Kelly is always finding new content from people that get a hold of her and say, hey, I've got this show, or I've got this music video, or I have this documentary. We're open for all of that, and people can reach out to Kelly via her email, and that's Kelly Kantz at canyonstar.tv. And Kantz, Kelly is Kelly, and Kantz is Kantz. So Kelly Kantz at canyonstar.tv. For anyone out there that would like us to take a look at their content. So
yeah. So each time you approach that, let's say Andy Griffith or those old shows, you have to have a license with each of those. Is that?
There's certain that you do. Some of it's public domain, but when it could be that we have many different avenues for that. It's public domain is some of it, but there's purchase. You can buy content. You can license it. You can acquire it. There's some avenues that we do that we utilize to bring content to the network.
Cool. So while we're on this subject, can you share some of the programs off the top of your head that are on there that would,
You mean that we're airing now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And even maybe some that you have coming, or if you can share that yet.
Well, I can. If you like I said, you can sign up for free at Canyon Star TV, and this is not a subscription. And I have my other screen here, so I'm looking at my screen here. Once you sign up, it opens everything and then unlocks all the programming that you can watch. But we have like a new program that I developed that will be happening relatively soon. It's called Under the Golden Spotlight. And that is, we have acquired interviewers across the country and that have very interesting guests, and they will be interviewing anywhere from actors to authors to history to sports. I mean, anything that's interesting that I would like to see, they're going to interview them, and they will be under the golden spotlight. So that's a show that will be on. We have the Pod Father. It's believe it or not, it's about these farmers who compete for profitability and yield and promoting the understanding of the soybean production and everything. It's actually quite entertaining. You wouldn't think it would be, but it is. There's investment pitch media. It produces an innovative marketing package consisting of 3-minute videos of news and things on investment. The Beach Show. It's about Florida real estate and taking tours of properties and shopping. Fishing Offshore is a female angler in South Florida who she knows everything about fishing, tying knots, rigs, gaffing fish, all of that. Very, very, very entertaining. That's new and upcoming, and there's a whole lot more if you just go to the website and it says coming soon. We have our cooking shows that are from Paula Dean to Shirlene and her biblical kitchen. We have old episodes of Justin Wilson, the Cajun cook. Just Firehouse Kitchen. I mean, I love cooking because I love to eat, and that you'll find interesting. And then we have real life people. This is not a really reality shows that we didn't really want, but we have things like families that on amazing. It's called Another Amazing Adventure, and it's about families going on these vacations and going to different places and sharing their experience. Beach Billy Lifestyle, 72-hour wilderness challenge. That's in that. And then we have another area, Canyon Star TV interviews and press. So you see various interviews of Kelly and I and others. Sports and adventure, we have that. We have certainly a ton of music, tons of music. And then, from everywhere from live at Billy Bob's. My TV show is on there. There's 39 episodes of my show. Penny Gilly. Let's see. Wood Songs and all. That's on there. Of course, I mentioned the kids programming. Tons of that. Outdoor, health and fitness, travel and leisure, music videos. And then we have faith. I'm very proud of our faith category that has a number of ladies and men that host their show and talk about their faith and how it applies to lives and that also includes we have a faith podcast radio shows on there too. So I can go on and on. I mean, we have talk shows, we have veteran, military, art, documentaries, classic TV, like What's My Line, Rin Tin Tin, Sea Hunt, classic TV comedy from Jack Benny to Dick Van Dyke to Charles Chaplin, TV westerns, color, black and white, and the list goes on. I mean, I could spend all day here and bore you with that, but you just go on there, you'll find something for yourself for it. So.
I know it's very diverse. I mean, I'm excited about it. And one of my questions was, how is this different from Netflix and Amazon? But I don't think I worded it right. I guess
I just answered that question because they don't have a lot of that.
You did, but I think I wanted to know more. Like, will Canyon Star TV in the future? Do you want to actually have your own production? Produce some of your own shows as far as.
That's when I talked about original content. That's what that is.
Okay.
We have 25. We have no less than 25 shows ready to produce and put on the network, and they will be exclusive to Canyon Star TV. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then, and you have, when you're finding these programs, do you have different people helping you do the research, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, in this situation, you have so many people doing so many jobs. And I pretty much designate, here's what you need to do, here's what you need to do, and then come back and tell me all this stuff, and we'll make an intelligent decision. So.
Right. So what's been the biggest challenge about when you were getting this all up and going, and even today? Is there
Yeah. Yeah, it's always one thing. Capitalization, money.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, for the last 6 years, I've raised approximately 800,000, and that's not very much in this business. But I've been so grateful to those investors that have helped me get to this point. So now we're raising the bar, and we are taking it to another level, and we're raising $2 million now, and I'm doing this with a particular our financial advisors that we have, and we're offering investors a convertible note and earning 8% per year for their money, which we think is very enticing. So we're looking for institutions such as venture capitalists, high net worth individuals, angel investors that would like to participate in investing with us and helping us take Canyon Star to another level. And anybody with that interest can reach out to me personally at jc@canyonstar.tv, and I'd be happy to speak with them personally. So that question is money. It's money. That makes this whole thing work. So.
I know. So, because I knew originally you had that particular website that had information for the investors. So now they would just email you at that.
Yeah, they can email me, and from there we can have a conversation by phone. But yeah, we just put out a national press release that I could share with them. We have plenty of information to share with those that have an interest in possibly investing with us, and we'd be happy to talk with them.
Yeah. So when you say you want to have, I know you want, this is a family-oriented network. Like, how do you determine, like, when you're looking at movies and things like that, or shows, what is your criteria?
Okay,
like,
good question. Yeah, good question.
What you don't tolerate, or?
Sure, a good question. Well, we have our little rules, if you will. And I mean, first of all, it has to be entertaining. Okay, that's what we look at very first. It has to be entertaining, interesting. It has to be of good quality, high resolution. Not all of our programming on there is, because it's antiquated. It's older stuff sometimes, so what we can get. But the newer stuff, has to have a higher resolution. And then the big stuff is no sex, no violence, no profanity, just no inappropriate material that is not family friendly.
Right.
And that, believe it or not, that includes the commercials. We're 100% family friendly. So when we say that, we have no doubt in our mind that you can put your kids in front of the television and not worry about what they're going to see on Canyon Star TV, including the commercials, because those commercials out there right now are getting real out there, and we stay away from that. So.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good to know. Yeah, and that's what I thought you were kind of focusing on. So how has it been? Have you had a lot of great support from friends and family, or?
I've had lots of support from friends and those that have known that I'm doing this for years. I mean, they have just been wonderful. So I've been blessed with lots of encouragement and lots of prayers and lots of and just lots of wish you well and we're behind you. You know.
That's really good.
Well, you need.
Because I know sometimes friends can say, "Oh, you can't do that," or that kind of thing. And
I don't. Ever since I was a baseball player and a very good one, fortunately, and it's no different what you do. You still get that kind of thing, and through my whole life, you got to remember when you decide to do something that not very many people do, you're going to get that flack from these people that don't have a life. So they put people down because they can't do it. So if they can't do it, well, I'm going to put them down so I can puff myself up. It's just that's just what it is, and you have to recognize it for that. And like I said earlier on, you just move on, and you have blinders on to those things.
Well, you obviously have attracted people into this venture that have the same values that do and really want to support your idea of keeping it clean and family, no violence, no,
Yes, and we've had lots of people say, finally, a network where my kids can be in front of the TV without any problem here. So we've had lots of people that are just excited that finally there's a network out there that works for their kids and the whole family. So,
like, would a Hallmark movie be that would fit into the
sure it would. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, that's Hallmark, and that's exclusive to them. They would not.
Yeah, right. I'm just trying to get an idea too of what. Because I know they even have crime shows now, mysteries, but it's not. There's some violence, obviously, if you're going to have a crime show, but it's not real graphic or whatever.
Well, we certainly hope not on Hallmark.
It's low key crime, I guess.
Yeah, it's gentler crime.
Yeah. Well, my last question really is just, and you've sort of gone over, what's your next big goal with Canyon Star TV? I know you said you're working to up it up a notch, and
our next move really is to really bring in a significant amount of money to allow us to play with the big boys, because we're really close now. It'll allow us, it'll allow us to do our national marketing campaign. It'll allow us to produce these small budget but very, very entertaining television shows. With money, it'll allow us to bring on certain other positions in management that are significant and will help us grow in a big way. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to, in the next 2 to 3 years, of being a household name. I really believe that we will, and we'll just continue to grow and produce just great family entertainment.
And when you're looking for investors, because that's always been curious to me, how does that work? How do you actually find them? Is it, I know before you advertised on a website, but how do you do it? How do you get that word out?
Well, one of the things, Tamarah, that we just did was send out a national press release letting people know that we have opened the doors to institutional and high net worth individuals who would like to take a look at Canyon Star TV as an investment. Also, other words of mouth in the industry. We're always advertising in certain publications for it. The best advertising is word of mouth. So we do lots of that. So we're opening up as many doors as we can for those particular investors that want to be involved with us.
That's great. That's great. Well, I'm excited because I've been watching all the things that you've added, and it really is a very diverse network. And I'm excited about your idea for it kind of, mainly being family oriented. That does make it different because that is fun.
It is. And we are very happy to have Tamarah's Closet, your show on Canyon Star TV.
I'm very excited of being there, and I've got some more exciting guests coming. So it's been really fun being able to tell people that I'm on there and putting it in the magazine. So that's fun too.
Well, I even watch your show.
Yeah, you do. Well, good. That's good to know. That's really good to know. I've got a great artist coming up in a couple weeks.
Good.
From Ireland, and so she paints a lot of horses, and I love horses.
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
That's going to be nice, and I'm going to feature this interview in my magazine as well. I usually put a barcode in there so they can actually go see it.
Oh, great. Well, all they have to do is go to Canyon Star TV, sign up for free, and have a good time.
Yeah. So that's been great. And I do want to get to Tennessee and see your studio when all that's up and running.
Well, come and see us.
Yeah, I do want to do that. So okay. I want to thank you for being here today, Joey. I know you stay so busy. Is there anything else that you want to mention that we didn't go over, or?
You're such a great interviewer. I think we covered everything that needs to be covered. And all I can do is just thank you for having me on. Always enjoy talking with you, and very proud of you and what you're doing. Thank you.
Well, I'm proud of everything that you've done, and it's an honor to interview you again and to be part of Canyon Star TV. I'm just excited for seeing how it evolves and what's to come. Okay. And so I want to thank my viewers too, and make sure you go to Canyon. It's just canyonstar.tv, and you can sign up for free, and make sure you share it too on your social media site so that we can keep helping Canyon Star grow. And join me again in a couple weeks with an Irish artist who loves horses as much as I do, and we'll see you next time. And to your own success, keep on rocking it, and thank you for being here.